Mr. President, Mike Johnson, thanks for having us today. We've been anxious to get back to the Hill, and we wish we could be in the House doing our regular work, and hopefully we'll get back to that. I represent two important groups today. One is the resilient, hardworking people of Louisiana. We've had a tough run here. I mean, the pandemic hit us pretty hard, and then, of course, we've got the crisis in the oil and gas market, and we're going to recover from that. But the people there are soundly behind you, and so many of them always tell me when they know I'm coming back here to give you their regards and their encouragement and their thanks for what you're doing, your principled leadership. I would echo what's going on in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Louisiana as well. Our governor's keeping us shut down, and our free market needs a chance to thrive, and if we can do that, we will. It needs to be a region-by-region basis. The second group I'm here, I guess, representing this morning is the Republican Study Committee, you know, the largest caucus of conservatives in Congress. And as the chair of that group, all these guys are leaders of it as well, and we've been trying to advance our core principles. And we came out Monday last with a 37-point blueprint, a framework that we call a return to prosperity and accountability and recovery. And basically what we've done is distilled the work that we had been putting into about 15 months prior to the pandemic to come up with a playbook, a conservative playbook to run when we return to the majority, which we still think we could do. But it's things, for example, for holding China accountable all the way to empowering the American worker, and we think it's consistent with a lot of the administration and what you've articulated, and we hope we can work together on it. I would end with this. The whole team, your whole administration has been so accessible and transparent. I love what Dan said. I had written those two words down before you said it. That marks the Trump administration, and I could name each one of them on your team here. They've all been helpful and grateful to us. We had a conference call with Mr. Kudlow the other day, and he said something at the end of it that resonated with me. He said, you know, our time-tested principles cannot be abandoned now. That's what's going to guide us through this, right? And we were on mute, but we all said amen. And it reminded me of what Reagan said in his farewell address when he was leaving, you know, his storied time at the head of the country. He said, they called me the great communicator, but I wasn't that. He said, I was just communicating great things, and they're the same great things that have guided our country since its founding. We believe in those time-honored principles. We believe in individual freedom and limited government and fiscal responsibility and free markets and lower taxes and less regulation. Those are the things that are going to guide the country back in this transition you're talking about, and we're so grateful that you and your team are holding the line on that. We'll be with you. We're your foot soldiers. We're ready to go to work, and we thank you again for all you're doing.
Thank you very much. Great.